A friend of mine told me a story recently, and it was such a good reminder of an important point that I wanted to share it with you. So, what happened was he's a musician, and when he was a new musician, he was invited to play at a festival, a music festival, but he was newer, and so of course at this festival, it was out in a field and there were many stages. So there were stages, big stages out in the open, and then there were smaller stages inside of tents. And of course, he was assigned to play in one of the tents because he knows that when you're a new musician, you have to pay your dues to make it to the big stage. And so, two things. One, he's the kind of guy that's hard to get down. Like, he's just very positive no matter what's going on. But also, again, he knew that this was part of being a new musician. So he's playing this small tent, and he decides that even though he's in this tent and the crowd's very small compared to the crowds that go to the big stages, he's going to make the most of it. So he plays his best, he's rocking it out, and then something interesting happened. It started to rain. And all of the people that were outside of the big stages were now seeking shelter in the tents. So his audience went from like 50 people to like 250 people in a matter of minutes, not like 300 people with another 200 people outside trying to get into the tent, right outside the tent. So now he's got, somewhere around 500 people hearing his music. And of course, as I said, he was playing his best, putting on a great show, because whether it was for one person or for 300 or 500 people, that's the kind of guy he is. But what was really interesting was that since the rain had happened on the first day of the festival, and he had this big audience now that heard him that wouldn't have otherwise, they were seeking him out for the remainder of the festival. So even though he would play again in other tents at other times, his crowd was bigger than it would have been had the rain never happened. So it's one of those reminders of like, just when you think that something bad is going on, or you're in this situation and you're like, why me? This sucks. It turns out that sometimes those things can be one of your greatest assets. Like him being assigned to one of the tents originally didn't seem amazing, but then when it started raining, of course, the tent was the place to be, and it really helped him actually create a lot of new fans. And it reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from Coach John Wooden, and that is that things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out.